Hello, Daniel OGT here. Wanted to give a little love where it's due, like here. The Warning, they're great. Um, as you know, probably if you follow the channel at all, I'm a huge Tool fan, and I have been for a long time, pretty much since Tool was Tool. So the fact that they're getting old is starting to bother me. Nah, I know it's pretty close to retirement time, and you know, one little tie here to them too is Danny here from the Daniela from the Warning. Uh, had been known to wear a Tool shirt and many other bands, but it was my life's goal to find that picture in Lost State. You done that for me. Thank you. Um, we are a part of the Warned Reactors Discord, so that is that is a great thing in itself. Also, Freeze to Fall is a great new band that have grown partial to. They're great as well. I never seen a band really rise quite as quickly as these guys. Well, these gals and guy. Um, they're great. So yeah, that's what I want to talk about. So yeah, Patreon. Is Patreon a good thing? In my opinion, it's a very good thing. Quit being blurry, man. Yeah, I think it's a great thing. I have been. It's a great way to support the artist you love, the creator you love, the band, whatever, whoever has one. I have been supporting my band since well before Patreon. This is true Tool Army stuff. You had to pay for this to be a member of the Tool Army, and yeah. So uh, it is time to pass the reins. And, we just seen Tool right there, me and OGL in January, so I've seen them 4 times now. Um, Also, I've been a patron to Seb's Duran. Uh, Seb's gifted me a Shure microphone, which is actually it's in the shop right now, but I've got a lot of miles out of it. So, yeah, I'll show you a few little things that have been really cool.
Ooh, this is dope. Look, this is a this breakdown.
So I sent this to Seb's to play for my birthday.
How focused do you have to be if you're Justin, if you're keeping your beat here while Denny's doing this? Oh, Danny Logan's so good. Danny Logan. Danny Carey. Nice.
Seb's played that for me for my birthday. Hey, man, that's the best compliment you could ever give me. Danny Carey. I do. I do have an octopus. Perfect circle. But it ain't Danny. But it's still cool. Shut up. Just told myself to shut up. And of course, the charismatic voice. This is where me and Gregory were born. We met on the Discord, or no, we met on the Patreon of the charismatic voice. And this January will be 3 years that I have been with them and will continue to be with them because I love what they stand for, the diversity in the music, the inclusion of everyone, the you know non-discriminatory way that they go about things, and also the aspect that they support mental health big time. And um, I love that about Kirk, Elizabeth, Paolo, all the admin, everybody there that I met are amazing people. Paolo, your car is right there. Well, you can't see her. She's right. She's over there on the table. Back there with all my stuff people have sent me. I'm very humbled for that. And so I'll play you a little video here. So to speak on the mental health aspect of things, David Draymond has always been a really great figure. Been a big fan of the music anyway, but the way he has handled mental health um, publicly has been nothing short of great. I don't really care how much crap people give him for it. I think he's amazing, and I'll stand by him anytime or anybody who advocates mental health. And part of being a patron at a certain tier level on the Charismatic Voice means you get to submit questions when she does tea time, which are basically like 2 hour interviews. Who everyone from Lizzie Hale to Simone Simons to David Draymond to Brent Smith, who I got a question with, and many others. Devin Townsend, um, yeah, some really cool individuals. And also Julia Nyon, another channel I follow. She got to ask Elizabeth the question, so she done a tea time with Elizabeth, but um, and I submitted a question there too for Elizabeth. But yeah, here's this. This meant a lot to me.
Beautiful. Danny Logan said, "First, I want to say hello and thank you for being a mental health advocate as well. I love this. I myself try my best to advocate and mediate mental health within myself and anyone who suffers from this tragic condition. Your music has saved so many lives through the years. Inside the Fire helped me understand how to live again. That song was the catalyst for me to stop counting the days and start making the days count. My question stems from the new album. What track would you recommend from the new LP that..."
Real quick, the funny thing about this was once I had submitted that, Kurt, the charismatic husband, let me know that Danny, this really isn't a question; it's more of a statement. I said, "Well, Kurt, that's what I wanted to say." So we got to make it into a question somehow. So yeah, we formatted it in this way, and the fact that his answer is what it is kind of just brings everything full circle. So anyway, check it out.
that truly sums up Disturbed's current sound?
Oh boy.
I love this.
I don't know that there is one, because our sound varies so much.
Yeah.
The stereotypical Disturbed sound are tracks like Bad Man and Unstoppable and Hey You. But the duet that I did with Ann Wilson is far
Yes,
from,
we have a reaction to that.
typical, stereotypical Disturbed. The way that we're defined these days is almost undefinable.
Yes.
I enjoy that. I don't like being pigeonholed into any one thing, and we've really enjoyed going in the different directions we've gone in.
So the answer is listen
There
to
isn't one.
the entire album to get the full picture of Disturbed.
There you go.
So it was beautiful that there wasn't an answer to the question. It never was a question. So I thought that worked out beautifully. And yeah, haven't forgotten about the warning. Okay, this is about Patreon and what I think about it. I would still be a patron to Sabs Duran. He got rid of his Patreon, and still support him to this day. And yeah, I the Julia Nyon when she done Tea Time for Elizabeth was pretty cool. All right, and the tables were turned.
Moving on to a question from Danny Logan. Easy, simple, quick question. Do you feel guilty doing Tool reactions being married into the Tool army?
I never feel guilty doing a Tool reaction. I think it's very important that I listen to my husband and every now and then choose a song that he particularly would like. So, it's essential.
Yes, I imagine we'd have a rather grumpy Kirk if you went, no Tool. I'm not reacting to any Tool. He'd be like, but why? They're amazing.
Right, exactly. That wouldn't fly.
And they are. And they are amazing.
They are.
He's right.
Yeah. No, they're amazing. I'm really glad he introduced me to them.
Okay. Well, I mean, he also kind of I'm not going to use the word bullied, but bullied me into doing my first Tool reaction as well. He's like, you have to. You don't understand. You have to.
Are you grateful though?
Oh God, so grateful. They're amazing.
They're
the
amazing.
musicianship, the connection. I love it.
Man, microphone. That pause was right at 11:11. That was perfect, except for the microphone. Screw up or mess up. Tech issues, whatever. So, last but not least, I put this together as a welcome to being a part of the Warning Army. We are now patrons, me and Greg both, to the Warning Army tier, which is like halfway. And yeah, here's a little thing I made. Me and Gregory were born on the Charismatic Voice. Thank you, Kirk. Elizabeth.
Danny, Sea of Sorrow by Alice in Chains. Well, I know that Elizabeth may react to Alice in Chains again in the future, but the catalog is well beyond all the songs she could react to, being how diverse the reactions are. So let's enjoy Lane Staley and kill slash some blocks.
So yeah, you get to play Beat Saber. Watch Elizabeth play Beat Saber, which is a really cool game, and get to put suggestions forth that may not be, that aren't maybe perfect for a reaction. So, and yeah, I love Alice in Chains too. I miss you, Lane Staley. And me and Gregory again are now members of the Warning Army. I'm proud of it. Very much so. The girls put the work in. They're great. We love them. We support them. Yeah, I'm not saying goodbye to Tool. I'm just saying I know they'll be hanging up their wrenches before.
Sea of Sorrow.
What the hell? Much love, everybody. Y'all thought that was me, didn't you? That wasn't even me. It was pre-recorded. I am live now, Mr. Smoots. What the hell, man? Is that really your name? I'm sorry. I'm trying to call you out like that. I know that guy. He's from my town. So, yeah, I think Danny had hurt her back before she went to before they went to Vakken, and it sucks, but she muscled through it, soldiered through it, and I'm proud of her for that. It's not always a great thing to, keep going when you're injured. Greetings from Macca's, Greg. It's Macca's. There's my partner in crime. He is at work flipping burgers for the great people of America in Indiana, who are apparently up past their bedtime. I'm in the same time zone now. All right. Hypocrite. Sorry. Every now and then it happens. That looks like two lightsabers right there. Wow. That's cool as hell. No, I just ate the cookie, Greg. I haven't. Has not kicked in yet. Damn, pal. I'm sorry. Amarillo. Hope you're having a good time, my friend. I mean, you're at work. You're not having a good time, but I'm going to talk about Tarja, Marco, Freeze the Fall, and Rick Beato, old John Stevens, and a new metal band that Eyes Wide Open. No, a gentleman from the Warning Patreon, who is a Kiwi, a metal band from New Zealand. So, yeah, man. Yeah, you know, you got a bad butt, which affects your back. Greg's got the flattest ass in the world. I ain't trying to look at it, but good Lord, it's flat, man. It's like what's that, ironing board or whatever. It's flat anyway. Mine is too. I go around all day pulling my pants up and my shirt down. Constantly. Belly, ass. Like, man, what I gotta do, man, besides exercise? Yeah, he does. So, real quick, to put in a plug, this is StreamYard. This is man, me and Greg are dumb, okay? When it comes to computers, we're not smart. Like, I was still uploading things on the phone after I had the computer. So, I gotta get ass off screen, Greg. I gotta get demonetized or something. Yeah, we're just tech stupid. We're passionate, driven, somewhat musically knowledgeable. Yeah, we're dumb. Yeah. I don't like the word stupid, even though I call myself stupid all the time. But it's in the privacy of my own mind. It bleeds over into Greg's world, but yeah. I hope Danny's okay. I know. So there's a performance I keep hearing about. I think it was at Vakken, of them playing a song they have, Sharks, for the first time live. I have not heard this song. We done the entire. When we started reacting to the warning, we just started with Queen of the Murder Scene at Lenario. Is that how you say it, Greg? And yeah, we went all the way through from the song by song till the end. And then I tried to do a road reaction. I haven't told everybody yet in Patreon that. And when I do, they're probably gonna be like, "That was you. You're that idiot, or that guy." I mean, here's a little bit of it. Oh no! I forgot I had music in it. Yeah, it wasn't the brightest idea. And I soldered on after that. I don't even think that song's on Queen of the Murder Scene. I went on and listened to the whole thing on my way to South Carolina, which is, I don't know, a couple hours from here. I live right in smack middle of North Carolina, dead in the middle. Ric Flairville, or Dale Earnhardtville, or whatever you want to call it, south of me. Ric Flair was actually born in another state. Forget where it was at, but he obviously named his daughter Charlotte. That's where he snorted cocaine for 30 or 50,000 years, or however old he is. So that brings me to something I want to talk about. Me and Greg done a harmless video because Rick Beato put a. If you're not familiar with Rick Beato, he has a channel on YouTube and almost 5 million subs. Great guy. Rick's getting up there in age, I guess, and starting to get a little older. And a lot of people are giving him a hard time. There you see, there he is with Billy Corgan. Rick's had everybody on his show. I mean, from Peter Frampton to, I mean, he's a knowledgeable guy. And I'm just trying to get to his channel, show you the.
Along with this, often.
There's Rick. So, there you go. Now, he has been putting some videos on recently that are kind of, I guess, griping. That's what I'm not writing the damn way. Griping, which is what my father called it, complaining or whatever. And he did just have a slight heart attack, I think. But that I Got Owned is what we reacted to. He did a keyboard listing, top 20 keyboard intros, and can't never remember the name of that band. The one that sang a wider shade of pale, Proctoherum or something like that. And that was number one. Anyway, the guy that played that intro 60 years ago emailed him and told him that his keyboard player played it a little bit wrong, and Rick took it wrong and kind of. So next time I'll call you then. Could you come here and learn 20 of these? And somebody left. I'm not very interested. Anyway, it was the guy, and we made a video on that. So, but he done this one. I ain't gonna call the other reactor out because I'm not gonna be a hypocrite like what I don't think you should do. But why is music getting worse or something is the title to this. There's Warren Hayes. That is that's so good. What is wrong with everyone? There's Danny Carey. That is an amazing episode with Danny Carey about drumming. Man, it's so good, so good. It's not because that's just my band. It's a great, great episode. And I don't see the damn thing, man. Yeah, there we go. WTF? What the frick happened? The real reason why music is getting worse. And, this is Rick's view, but it's basically pointing out the fact that it's very easy to make music these days. And the point I gave, a lot of people were talking junk. No, it's not. Or don't you know that electric guitars, and that was technology too. It's not the tech's fault. I think Rick was saying that it's so easy to put click tracks down and stuff that it could be easy to get lazy and not practice like one would if it wasn't for all of the tools, if you will, that we have nowadays to seamlessly get music or have Chat GPT print you some lyrics and what chords go with it and everything. And most people that learn guitar these days learn off of guitar tutorials. Now, I didn't, but I have learned some songs now that they're there. I mean, I use them, so I'm not saying I don't. But The Warning and Love Bites and Maid and, well, even Tool, these bands that are up and coming and stay relevant, in my opinion, there is a reason for that. And that's because they put the work in to stay on top of their game. Epica, Nightwish, these bands that are on top of the world are there for a reason. In country music, you have Sturgill Simpson, who a lot of people don't know because they won't play them on the radio because they're jackwipes, but he's good. He puts the work in, and it shows. Like I just done a guitar tutorial interview with oh man, Konami. I don't want to say this wrong. I have a comment I wanted to read anyway. Somebody just put a comment on that video. The one of the guitars for Maid. That's Marco. Not you, Marco. Come on, man. Go away. Here we go. So, obviously this has been translated. So, it's a language barrier and all. So, Konami. If I'm spelling it wrong, somebody let me know here in the comments. Anybody can comment, by the way. I can put you up here like I was Greg. But Konami was with Danny in an interview about their PRS guitars. Yes, Konami is a real gearhead. She has researched and purchased all her guitars. She has also customized a few of her guitars, such as pickup coils, etc. Konami continuously experiments with the music she writes for new sounds, speed, and complexity, keeping bandmade sounds music unique. This is why us Maniacs, man, I don't remember what they call themselves. Bandmade Army say that their genre is just bandmade because their music is unlike any other music from other bands. Konami met Orathon. I always said Orathani, but there's no N. I'm not sure really how you say that, but I know the guitarist well. She's great. She collabs with some Australian singers I know sometimes. She hooked up with Vanessa Amorosi and done a video. Making sure nobody's commenting. Man, I'm writing. So, when she met, man, I wish I noticed it. Let me, hold on. Sorry. Orienpai is what my Australian reader said. Orienpai. So, that's the guitarist who gave Danny her guitar, and Danny named it after her. Also, Lizzie Hale did as well. After bandmate won an award in 2016, the Rock Awards, there's photos on the internet of her and Orienpai. Konami began researching guitars to replace her signature guitar that Attic Tone made for her. Konami ended up buying her first PRS Custom 24 in around 2017. She borrowed a 2016 and used it in a video at a concert from Orienpai. And did that help influence her use of PRS? Question mark. More than likely, no. I would say, yeah, if that's what told her about it. There had to be some type of influence. But either way, 2017, she purchased at least 3 PRS guitars. And as she said in the video, PRS making custom stock guitar based on her specifications. So she goes into detail here talking about how she basically rigs all the stuff up herself. They basically hook the wires together. She kind of set up her pedal board. It's worth approximately $6,000-7,000. There are over 100 magazine articles with interviews that discuss her rigs. And she's just saying that Danny had a lot of her guitars give to her, and that Allie even got a bass guitar. I don't think they mean to disrespect her. There's a language barrier, because they go on to say that she worked with a producer who contacted her about her PRS guitar, and she loves that one. She has like 3 that she uses most of the time, and that there are a few articles on Danny's equipment. But that's kind of my point. So this Rick Beato interview and such is talking about that, the tech, and I think what sets Maid and the warning, even Love Bites. I'm not as familiar with Love Bites, but I know they're really good, and I haven't listened to Baby Metal yet either. Like Tool, for instance, Maynard uses his cat in some of the vocals on the Anima album, and like Danny or Adam Jones will pick above the fret. He picks up here for the song Eulogy. They find all different kinds of ways to make abstract sounds other than just pushing buttons. I'm not saying that button pushing's bad. This gentleman who totally bashed Rick on this reaction video that he said they were friends, he's into hip hop apparently, and I like hip hop too. The best hip hop I've ever heard is when I was in jail, and there was no instruments at all. There was nothing but people sitting around with their hands and different surfaces. And when I tell you that them boys got some soul and some rhythm in their hands, they do, because sometimes it got on my nerves. I got used to it, and they were really good at it. I mean, they have like we had nothing to sit on but iron or friggin' metal picnic tables, and they would just start and like harmonies, like Alice in Chains, Lane and Cherry singing together. They'd be basically beatboxing with their hands, and so it doesn't really take tech, even though tech helps. And they got on a kick that saying just because something is harder doesn't make the end result better. It doesn't, but it definitely leaves opportunity for you to shortcut your way to the end. And if you take those opportunities enough, then you're going to get lazy. And that is not speculation, that's a fact. This has happened at everything. A mechanic that gets out of school that knows everything about every brand new piece of machinery in a shop, and they work at a shop that has all this machinery. Well, if the power goes out, they don't know what to do. The old shade tree mechanic over there in the corner is going to be the one getting the work done, because they have the knowledge to fall back on. This gentleman made a comment about Trent Reznor bringing forth industrial music to the forefront, and I agree with that. And Trent made a comment about, sometimes I have to watch myself because there are too many tools available for me to use. And this gentleman made this in his point but I think he missed what Trent was saying. I think Trent was saying that having all these different tools and options will give him less room to come up with something creative out of his head, because he'll just pick that beat, and instead of being self-conscious and going through critiquing yourself to the point of insanity. Because I wrote a song recently, and damn, it ain't easy. I've been working on it for quite a while. And so I just didn't think Rick deserved to be bashed. And I think the reason why the warning are blowing the roof off of the world, as Chris Cornell used to say, blow up the outside world, is because they've been putting the work in. That is what The Hell You Call a Dream is about, that song. It's not about being whiny or complaining because you had to work too hard. throwing it back in everyone else's face who's not famous and may put in the same amount of work. And it's not about that at all. It's about the fact that when you're on that stage, it hits my soul because Hank Williams Jr. was put on stage when he was 8 years old, made to perform like his father. So he's been touring all his life, and he's still touring. He's 75 years old. In fact, he comes here in a couple months. So yeah, it can tear you apart. These girls are young. They didn't get to go to their high school dance or whatever because they were at Vodka and different places rocking the world. And the Warning are I think they did sign with a label, but they set up GoFundMe pages to do the first 3 albums, I believe, EP and 2 albums. And this last one, they put a lot of their own money into it and wrote songs with other people, like the keyboard player for Muse. And it's just a beautiful thing because they're recognizing these struggles that I'd say my band, but Maynard talks about how if you lose that friction, the friction that you go through to get things done, and you don't have that sit down at the end of your endeavor, like that rest at the end of a hunt, like when we used to hunt for our food, how we were designed to work for those calories you intake, burn those calories off, and the friction of things like, look at all the death that comes from the trees being cut down in rainforests or elephants' tusks being ripped off of them when they're killed, and all of the violent forces it takes to make metal out of molten lava, and all the processes it goes through to make a grand piano. There's a lot of death, destruction, warped friction, stretching strings to their breaking point, warping the wood, planing it, smoothing it to make a grand piano, which is one of the most angelic sounding things on the planet. But yet, all that blood is right there, friction. But sometimes that is necessary to keep you on your toes. If you if you walk around with a security detail, you might get shot at. Like, damn, that just happened. I didn't mean that. I just meant like a president. That's another subject for another day. I don't do politics. I think we should go straight. Never understood left and right, but it's kind of what my song's about. I lost somebody, damn it. I didn't mean to. Now, I know people are popping in and out. I just wanted to point this out. Also, Freeze the Fall. When I tell you that this band has made waves quicker than any band I've ever seen, I mean it. The Warning has been doing this for a while now. The Enter Sandman cover they were young. I think I know Danny's old enough to drink, so yeah, they've been at it for a while. And Freeze the Fall is Quinn was 15 years old when the first song we reacted to. Jonah is a great drummer, and I always get Allie and the bass player's name mixed up. They're kind of similar, but they are they punch you in the gut, man. Her voice is emotional. It's all I can say. I usually have a comparison, not a comparison, a reference anyone's voice. There have been very few voices that I could not do this with. I think Lane Staley would be one of them. I've never heard another voice like Lane Staley's. There are people, Maynard could belt above him. Bruce Dickinson could belt above Lane. But there has never been a voice in rock and roll or any kind of music that had the power, the sustained power that Lane Staley had. Just listen to Love, Hate, Love. And I can't peg anyone that Quinn would remind me of. But this is a good thing because her voice is so unique and it's still growing. So, and Jonah's got this the way he it's kind of like tribal drumming in a way, kind of like polyrhythms in a way, but also just like the badass, Metallica / AC/DC, just fundamental badass drumming. And oh man, I can't remember her name. Aria, I think. If I'm saying that wrong, I'm sorry. It's close to Allie, so I keep getting those mixed up. But her bass lines are very clean, and I think kind of like The Warning, Quinn started on the piano, and they're from British Columbia, and I got that mixed up and thought they were British people, and there's nothing wrong with British people. But they're Canadian, we have a pretty good playlist of Canadian artists, which thank you to Russ in Canada for letting me know Steppenwolf is a Canadian band. That is the first concert I ever went to in Cherokee, North Carolina. I was 14 years old, and I seen Blackfoot, Boghat, and Steppenwolf. And there's a classic example. You talking about three bands that have a lot of instrumentals in them. Blackfoot on that harmonica, or Train, had that nasty riff that comes in after it. Steppenwolf, Magic Carpet Ride is such an instrumental song. I mean, Styx and Grand Funk Railroad, and man, there was so many bands that were just fundamentally good, and that's what I keep hearing in the comments about The Warning and Band Name. They're bringing good rock and roll back, and I don't think that's a knock on the good artists that's out there now. They're just few and far between. I mean, I know there are regions where there are bands everywhere, but I'm talking about really from 2000 up. You got Stained, Shinedown, Seether, Evanescence for a while, but then you had the new crowd come in with the Kings of Leon and Coldplay, which Coldplay's a great band. I just think there is room for so many more. And there was a lot of trash music back then too. There's a lot more people in the world now, a lot more avenues to experience music and talk about it with each other, and that's a great thing. Because try going back to the 90s and grow up in a somewhat small town and try to be a Tool fan. I think people forget that didn't experience Tool before 2019, that they were underground. And no, almost every album they released was number one except Undertow, and it got beat out, or Anima, and it got beat out by the Altero Nirvana album after he had passed. So I thought that kind of sucked, but it is what it is. And I got mad at Kurt Cobain. Shit, forgot what I was saying. Oh, that they were underground, but they just, if you put the work in and you play the instruments and you make good music, it don't matter what you look like. It don't matter what you wear, what kind of shoes you wear, or if you're Fred Durst, or if you're, you know, leaving Easter eggs everywhere like Taylor Swift. And I like Taylor Swift now. I respect her. We've done a few of her songs, and yeah, I know I'm a Tool fan saying I like Taylor Swift, but I really do. And she's good, but you know, I think she could switch up her content every now and then. You can't handle too many ex-boyfriend motifs, or you'll be singing country again, Taylor. New country. So yeah, I guess that's all I had to say. I just wanted to give links also to Freeze the Fall and The Warning. They both have Patreons. Their channels I'll put in the description here. And yeah, check them out. We have I could probably react to their new song. I kind of know them, and they wouldn't copyright me, but I'm not gonna do that live. I could play you one of the songs if you guys want to hear it. Maybe they won't copyright me. Somebody give me a hell yeah! Come on, type something, somebody. Where'd you go, booby head smoots? I'll do it. Come on. They're great. Also got some new Aussie music coming. Looky here. A metal band straight out of Australia or New Zealand. Sorry, Kiwi. Sorry, I didn't mean to call y'all Aussies. Devilskin. So She Hot is the only metal band we've checked out from New Zealand. And I mean Carnival, one of their members lived in New Zealand, but now they're out of Perth, which is as far away from New Zealand as you can get and still be in Australia. I know I'm an honorary Aussie. I've been on their time for a while, so I'm a lake probably. I love you, Aussie Army. Great people. I love that name, Freeze the Fall. So many different interpretations could come out of that. Like what that means. Ah, that's so cool. I didn't know I think they changed that backdrop. So yeah, they've got Patreon, Linktree, Instagram, TikTok, Facebook. There you go. Thrones is out now. Greg's already got a copy coming, so that was the first one we did. That's brand new. Love it. That's so good. I haven't reacted to that yet because I reacted to the original one, which is where is it? Am I going crazy? Masquerade. One less standing. Oh man, I forgot they had a Pro Jam cover. Don't leave me yet. I'm coming back. Greg has to put up this all the time. Yeah, here we go.
I can't seem to find a use for my time. Sit and stare behind, and I don't know what is worse, to have to come in last or to know you're all alone in first. Wish I could stare inside your heart, then I'd understand why you held on, but I just couldn't. The face inside my dreams was me, and I gave it everything. Ain't it funny how it all just fades away now? And as we fall apart, I can't seem to break my fall, but I think the one left standing held on too close to letting go. Now there's nothing left, and the blue-eyed girl who saved me.
Ah, it's so nasty. So, real quick, this was going to be for nobody but the people sitting there. They were not going to promote this video here. This is Jonah's drum teacher's bar, I believe. I could be wrong about that, but it's where he plays a lot, I know. And we'll be doing that song soon, but her falsetto just is seamless. The band is tight. They're good. They're worth checking out. And a lot of the Warning Army are, you know, I knew what they called themselves. Damn it, it's clever as hell. It ain't the frozen ones, but.
When the curtain falls, I'll clear my throat, the world will be shared. And when they close their eyes, our lives will be there, and we shall dream no more. 'Cause my face inside my dreams was me, and I gave it everything. Ain't it funny how it all just fades away now? And as we fall apart, I can't seem to break my fall, but I think the one left standing held on too close to letting go. Now there's nothing left, and the blue-eyed girl who saved me. And as we fall apart, I can't seem to break my fall, but I think the one left standing held on too close to letting go. Now there's nothing left, and the blue-eyed girl who saved me.
Great band, guys, really. Yeah, Greg, I was going to play the new one, but we'll just react to that one. I figured they wouldn't mind. I put the snowflake up there in the corner, so yeah. And support your local bands, man. Support the young people who want to play music. It's an endeavor in which it's hard. It's going to cause pain. It's going to cause chaos. But living the rock star life does not mean crashing and burning. It means making noise, delivering a message. Ah, Ian. Is that really you, Ian? Man, I want your autograph. I remember you, Ian. Really, I do. It's not Ian Moss. This is a local band I just did here, or not a local band. They're a Canadian band. Up and coming, really good band. Ian, you just missed it. Have you heard of the band? Oh, where did it just go? Devilskin. It's a metal band from New Zealand. You may not have, but I'm going to do that, man. Old Kiwi band. They seem to be really cool. They come on the scene not too long ago and went straight to number one in New Zealand. I think as much as pub rock has impacted the world from Oz and the little rock over there, as I've always called New Zealand, I think Australia is a great place in New Zealand for progressive metal now. Carnival, North Lane, Shihad, Devilskin, these bands are making noise and they're putting Oz on the map in a different musical realm. It's and all these people that I talk to, they still love John Farnham and Jimmy Barnes and Cold Chisel still sounds good. I did find out that song was written for the 2015 tour, but it was just released, and I think we were the very first reaction channel to do a new Cold Chisel song. So thank you, Dave from Oz, for putting me onto that. I think he may be at a Cold Chisel concert right now. Yeah, it's okay. They're I'll show you the page real quick. Yeah, don't be sorry, man. It's not really the same kind of music, but so obviously it is metal. I haven't heard it yet, but yeah, four-piece band, heavy metal from Hampton, New Zealand. Released We Rise in 14, went straight to the top of the charts. Number one album of the year, number one Kiwi artist album. Remained there for 3 weeks. Stomped the scene with infectious little pills, which I'm not sure what pills they're talking about, probably bad ones. And the singer's voice is supposedly incredible. Reminds me of maybe a metal version of, I haven't heard it yet, but from what the description sounds like, a metal version of Vanessa and Rosie. My girl. I need to do another Vanessa song soon. What would your suggestion be? You like Vanessa? Have you seen our new Cold Chisel reaction? It's pretty good. It's not bad. I enjoyed it. It's like kind of like jazzy. I mean, it's not traditional Cold Chisel, but that's good. I mean, AC/DC was great, but AC/DC never changed. They only changed singers one time. The same AC/DC album you got 20 years ago was the one they were making after that. Just different words. And there were lots of bands like that. ZZ Top. ZZ Top, I don't think they knew more than about 4 chords, but they were still a jamming band. And so yeah, the Warning are great. I'm gonna try to get a schedule where I do Aussie music one day, symphonic metal another day, classic country another day. The new bands, you know. I'm not sure about that yet because Greg works and my sleeping schedule has no schedule. Whenever I fall asleep, so I fall asleep. Quit, man. Oh, it's so blurry. Blue eyes, yeah. Crying in the rain. Ian, have you ever heard the song Last Kiss? Whether it be, many people have covered this song. Where, oh, where can my baby be? Lord took her away from me. About a car accident where the man loses his woman. I kind of reformatted that song. I started this channel because, and if anybody's still watching now, they watch the replay, I will tell my story why it's hard to understand me. So that was the biggest trachea you could put in my throat. I had a chest tube in the side of my chest. You have heard the song, cool. I went to jail in 2015 for a meth lab. I got out, I changed my life. I started working at the racetracks around here because this is NASCAR country. And at IHOP, which is a pancake place. I don't know if pancakes the same thing. I know donuts ain't the same thing in Oz. Flapjacks, friggin' pancakes and syrup. And I was working a lot, and I got me a new Mustang, or a nice Mustang. And that's when I figured out that, you know, I was going to need oxygen because I passed out at the wheel, hit oncoming traffic. Luckily, it didn't hurt them very bad, but I was in the hospital for over 3 months. I got a board up there that I had to write on for a long time. I couldn't talk. And so, if you look real close, I rest my mouth. This over here is paralyzed. So, with no teeth and no breath. So everything that can hinder me from talking, I have. So, it wasn't easy to decide to start talking for a living. I had some false teeth, man, but COVID took them away from me. It's a long ass story. I don't want to get into it because I get fucking mad. Start cussing people again. And I ain't got teeth, so I won't be able to do it correctly. But the point is, I started this channel. We built this city on rock and roll. Sorry. I started this channel to inspire people with a disability to not lay down your art, whatever it may be. If you lose 2 fingers, beat Tony Iommi and put metal ones on it and keep playing guitar player for Black Sabbath. Or, you know, if you, I don't know, man, see any kind of disability, if you can, because I put the guitar down for 4 years and quit singing, and singing was my like drug. It was like my nerve medicine. It was what kept me sane, was singing, because I didn't have a great voice, but I could sing well. I could keep up with, you know, pitches and tones. But now I can't do that. My voice just will not do it. So I had to find a complete different way to do that. That's how the charismatic voice helped me a lot, to find my own voice. And so I'll end it on this song that I have redone. The song always sounded too happy for me. It's a very sad song, and I do have a, yeah, that's right. I mean, you can, but a lot of people don't have the I have the luxury of dying. Wait a minute, that sounds terrible. The reward is I've got. Yeah, there ain't no other way to reword it. I'm dying, so I live here by myself, and I don't have to keep a schedule per se. There's OGL, and so I was telling about how I started the channel. So, and Greg was always my biggest fan. So, you should see some of the covers when I first started. I would like to keep those under the covers. That was like a Greg joke. Greg's jokes, man, they try hard, but they don't quite make it to funny. They're somewhere in between laughing and not laughing, but it's kind of like I'm sorry, Greg. You're not here to defend yourself, man, so I can, you're not here to defend yourself. When I talk really slow and act like a robot, my diction is not that bad. I just cannot keep making myself do that. I just lost somebody. I'll quit talking like that. Sorry. I'm just messing around. Last Kiss on the guitar that Greg pretty much bought for me. Shade. My Fender. I love that guitar. I love this guitar. I've been playing a lot. Practice makes perfect, even if you got tech. No practice. Got it. We were out on a date in my daddy's car, and I didn't think that we had driven that far. And there in the road, straight ahead, a car was stalled, and I think the motor was dead. The hell's it go? Well, I couldn't stop, even though I swerved to the right. I'll never forget all the sounds that night. The screaming tires, the busting glass, the painful scream I heard last. Where, oh, where, babe, can my baby be? Please don't tell me, Lord, that you have taken her from me. When I woke up, the rain was coming down, and there were people gathering around. Something warm was running through my eyes. lifted her head and she looked at me and she said, well, I love you, baby, but I don't want to be dead. I held her close and kissed her last kiss. Found the love that I knew I would miss. And now she's gone, even though I hold her tight. And I lost my baby, so I have lost my life. Please, God, tell me where will she be? And if you'll cut a deal, God, you can take me, and I'll be good if I got to be. If there's some way you'll spare my baby. We were out on a date in my daddy's car, and I didn't think we drove that far. Yeah, I forgot some words. It ain't the horse you fall off of, it's how many more you buy after that. Something like that. So, freeze the fall, the warning. Tool, not Tool. Thank you, man. Yeah. They, no, I have not. I know Jimmy sings Not Knocking on Heaven's Door. I play that one all the time. But I've already listened to it, so I can't react to it. I gotta write that down or I won't see it. Matt Corby. I'm just gonna search it real quick. Pull it up. Matt Corby. And also I'm gonna do the Noiseworks tribute to Shane soon. Even though John Stevens ain't my favorite person, but I love it. I don't hate him. It comes from the Jesus Christ Superstar when you look bad at John Farnham. Damn it. Can't be but one John and one Jesus or whatever. Matt Corby. And you. Rainbow Valley. Home of Matt Corby. He looks like a country singer, man. Maybe not. Miracle Love, Manchester. Wow, man. He's got millions and millions and millions of views. Is he an Aussie? Is he an Aussie? I don't. Yeah, Melbourne. Yeah, he is. Melbourne. Ain't Melbourne. Who the hell calls it Melbourne? Melbourne. It's not, damn it. Sydney. And it's John Farnham. Farnsey. The plumber. Or, what the hell is his name? Flash and Jack, or hell, man, what the hell is John Farnham's name? Jack. I thought about it in a minute. I like those Whispering Jack. That's what it was. Whispering Jack. I think he had about 10 different names. Yeah, John changed my life, man. But I'm not gonna lie. I seen a picture of him not too long ago, and it's real hard to look at it. You can tell his mouth, he misses some of it. So for a man that's, the voice is But, I mean, there's no buts. I sometimes wonder how I ended up, all mangled up, and other people that did worse things than me smoked more, basically. Don't have the lung problems I have, but I'm sure there are people that possibly look and say, well, look at Jimmy, man, he recovered and he's back out singing, and why can't it be John? This is just the way life works. I don't think the things we perceive as being terrible will be terrible in the end. So I truly believe what a lot of texts say about things happen for a reason, mysterious ways, all that. Achy breaky hearts, dirty deeds done dirt cheap, stairways to heaven. But don't stay in the Hotel California. Don't listen to a hooker with a penis. And you can ask Greg. I can tell a story and song titles and lyrics and bands. Also, there's a Japanese rock band, Maid, is freaking phenomenal, man. They're so good. And I don't even know what the hell they're saying, but I've also listened to opera where I don't know what they're saying, and they're speaking. They can be speaking English. I still don't know what the hell they're saying. It's funny to me how the most fundamental, correct singing opera and harsh vocals, the most out of the box type of helpy singing, are both, well, can't understand what the hell they're saying on either end. But both have their impact. And I dig that. I think Tool was the very first band to incorporate metal sounds with operatic sounds. I'm sure people would argue that, but I mean, Maynard sings very high, intuitive type sounds and elongates his words and such, so kind of like opera. As much as any other symphonic metal band does. Why do we have 5 million genres? That's my next damn friggin' live rant. Live rant, yeah. Danny's live rants. That's what it should be called. LRs and DLRs. That ain't driver's license revoked. That's Danny's long rants. Quit. Come on. Sorry. Yeah. I'm just happy and humbled to be where I am. I mean, I got boxes over there. It's got, if you look on the wall, there are nibs from Daryl Lee, which is out of business now, correct? Yeah, you can. Are you talking about the gypsy lady that sung in basements? We did a reaction with her. She was great, man. I'm not sure that's who you're talking about, but I don't know why it didn't do better. But man, she was so good. Like I don't know, not like Casey Chambers, but she was. I can't remember that woman's name. Cheryl or something, or seemed like Renee. Man, what was her name? She's like a bluesy type singer. If I go to look it up, man, I'll get lost out there. Y'all never see me again. I mean, y'all see me, but I'll be lost in trying to find it land. Usually sings by a piano. Greg, where you at when I need you? Look some shit up, man. I got my breathing treatment in my hand. I take 3 of them Snoopy things a day with the mask on. and lots of oxygen and cookies. Cookies are essential. Swiss rolls. You can feel a great voice, so that's why country music has the effect it has on you. I tell you what, I will read y'all a spoken song by Hank Williams Sr., who I think is the original genre. Call him the king of country, but there was no one before him on mainstream radio anywhere in the world that wasn't religious. Hank Williams was the first person to sing about anything other than religion. Your cheating heart will tell on you, and going down the lost highway, and we'll go honky tonk, and if you and your baby have a little falling out, call me up, sweet mama, and we'll go stepping out. I mean, he was literally a drunk degenerate that wrote I Saw the Light, one of the greatest gospel songs ever. Although that man did not see the light. But he was a light for many people. So, we'll get these lyrics to Men with Broken Hearts. Elvis Presley, Peter Frampton, lots of people have quoted these lyrics. Elvis Presley, for one, was a huge fan of Hank Sr. Broken heart. There we go. So it was actually when Hank was Luke the Drifter, which was one of his basically aliases. Alright, we're here. Alright, well, I mean, this won't take me but a minute, but I'm going to wrap it up. Thank you for being here. You'll meet many, just like me, upon life's busy street, with shoulders stooped and heads bowed low, and eyes that stare in defeat. Our souls that live within the past, where sorrows play all parts, where a living death is all that's left for men with broken hearts. You have no right to be the judge, to criticize and condemn. Just think, but for the grace of God, it would be you instead of him. One careless step, a thoughtless deed, and then the misery starts. And to those who weep death comes cheap, these men with broken hearts. Oh, so humble you should be when they come passing by. For it's written that the greatest men never get too big to cry. Some lose faith in love and life when sorrow shoots her darts. And with hope all gone, they walk alone, these men with broken hearts. You never walked in that man's shoes or saw things through his eyes, or stood and watched with helpless hands while the heart inside you dies. Some were paupers, some were kings, and some were masters of the arts. But in their shame, they're all the same, these men with broken hearts. Life sometimes can be so cruel that a heart will pray for death. God, why must these living dead know pain with every breath? So help your brother along the road, no matter where he starts. For the God that made you made them too, these men with broken hearts. Annie D, what's up? Sorry, you caught me at an emotional time there. Now that was it's been covered by Elvis Presley, many people. That was Hank Williams Sr. in 1948. Those words still ring true to this day. Yeah, I'm going to do I'm doing well. Yeah, it's okay. We're all absent sometimes. Sometimes I'm present and still absent. I guess that's absent-minded, possibly. Hey, that's a record player on your picture. That's cool as hell. Heck, I mean, whatever. I'm going to do Noiseworks soon, the tribute to Shane. And a Kiwi found me a metal band, Devilskin, that's been kicking ass in New Zealand. Yeah, you're good, Annie. Be good, my friend. You know, your name's kind of like my name. Put the D right, Danny. Annie D. But yeah, have a good night. I'm gonna wrap this up anyway. But yeah, I've got some Australian reactions to catch up on. I've got a thing with, what was the man's name? John something that toured with Vanessa Amorosi. They went over to America. John something, I forget what his name is. Gonna do Matt Corby, Devilskin, and I hope the stuff you got going on gets rectified, because it seems that's in the air. A lot of things going on for a lot of people. So I love you all. Mental health is very real. And yeah, support your kids. I mean, yeah, support your kids, of course. Support your kids when they want to do something you may think is fruitless, for they might bring home a whole orchard from something that you just don't know nothing about. So it's music is a conduit that connects everything, not just people. The whales sing to each other, the trees vibrate, and the plants hear it, and the bees talk to the birds. That's why we got the birds and the bees. And, I think our lives are chaotic, hectic. Everybody's busy, but I don't think there can ever be too much going on to find a song that speaks to you. Take 5 minutes, rest yourself, reflect a little bit, enjoy the present moment that you're in, because you can plan for tomorrow all you want, but tomorrow never comes. I've never been to tomorrow. I don't know anybody that has. I've got drunk, passed out, be the next day. I've never been to the past. They say that worried about the future is a form of anxiety. Thinking about the past too much is a form of depression. Because the best moments in life is when we're not paying attention to that clock. When we're just enjoying ourselves. In the present moment, in the now. It's always going to be now. It's never not going to be now. Every memory I have that remains, to quote Metallica, it was now when it happened. It's always been now. It's always going to be now. So, yeah. I love life. I'm happy to be dying to be able to live my life. A lot of people didn't make it to 45. So, I think about them every day. Even the ones I didn't know. Thank you, Annie D. That's my name in Pig Latin. No, that'd be Annie Day. Never mind. Shut up. Sorry, I'm cutting my phone. I do it all the time. I'm gonna cut. I need some friggin' fantastic or whatever, glass cleaner or whatever this thing's made of. Yeah. So. Love it. Love it. I was going to say something profound, but I don't know nothing. I know old dirty thing that my uncle used to say, but it's pretty dirty. It ain't exactly clean. I was a kid, running around and listen to it. My mom would get mad at him all the time. He'd get drunk. I shouldn't say this yet. Never mind, I'm not going to say that. I'll cut it out like a rap song when you hear it on the radio. He'd say too old rhymes with s'mores, two old s'mores walking down the street, no clothes on their back, no shoes on their feet, too old to stuck, too proud to pruck, two old whores to shadow up. Damn, I said the last part. Yeah, anyway, I miss my uncles. I miss their vulgarities and their dysfunctional ass lives, because that made me happy. You know, when we stop remembering the people who are gone, even if it hurts, is when they're truly gone. Because I don't think, as long as the memory remains, even if I'm gone, if I loved my dog and we loved each other very much and we're both gone, well, that love's still there. I think that love leaves. That love permeates through the universe somewhere. Because I'll always have loved my dog, and my dog will have always loved me. Maybe that's where that song comes from. I will always love you. And till death do us part. I don't know, but I'm going to take my wrench to the grave with me. And we are eternal. All this pain is an illusion. When I got that done, I pulled it to the bank. It's all wrapped up. It was hurting. I grabbed the money from the teller. She's like, "What's your tattoo say?" "We are eternal. All this pain is an illusion." She's like, "Well, you're squinting. Is it an illusion now?" Well, gotta give you that one. That was pretty good. All right. So, what did we learn today, boys and girls? We learned that jumping off that rock can hurt. I've done it. And it's okay to doubt what you've been taught to believe. Maybe they were duped into believing something too. And George Jones said, "Well, if I'd have known who was going to fill the shoes, I'd have never asked the damn question." And yeah. And the gold mines in North Carolina, Gold Hills, right down the road. That's where the first gold rush was in America. Period. The first gold nugget was found right here in North Carolina, North Kakalaki, before we could cross the Appalachian Mountains, because we didn't know how the hell to get across them. And there's proof I jumped off that rock way back in the day. Yeah, so love each other, man. Don't fear this guy. The animals don't. Nothing in nature fears the reaper. They don't fear death. They have survival instincts. The fear of death is something we have constructed in our head. And the warning kicks ass, man. They're so good. Freeze to fall. And we'll, I guess we'll get some wise words from Waylon Jennings before we get out of here about the music industry that we all know is. Well, Mama told me not to say nothing, but they're not good to say.
Okay. My question is, country music today? How is it different than 20 to 30 years ago?
I'll tell you what, there's some great artists out there. There's just a lot more of them, you know. So there's some of them that are not really up to par. But being an artist anymore is not, anything I say might sound like sour grape, but see, I have my opinion because I'm looking at it just like you do, because I don't understand some of it,
Yeah.
They got image consultants.
I've heard.
Yeah, can you imagine me and Willie Nelson with an image consultant to tell me what kind of songs to write because they wanted me to write songs that the record company wanted. Who cares what the record company wants? You're supposed to sell what you do.
I believe it.
Anyway, yeah.
Mr. Waylon Jennings, you learn a lot from a man like that. Waylon Jennings gave up his seat to the Big Bopper on a plane ride with Buddy Holly, Richie Valens, and another African-American up-and-coming guitarist. That plane crashed. They all died. It's called The Day the Music Died. They wrote a song about it. And Waylon never got over that because the bus was bumpy. The Big Bopper had hurt his back, or something was hurting from the show the night before, so he said he wanted to ride on the plane. So Waylon gave him his seat, because Waylon was Buddy Holly's bass player before he ever played a note of country music. And so they got to pick on each other. Buddy said, I hope the bus breaks down. And Waylon said, well, I hope your plane crashes. And it did. And of course, we all know you shouldn't feel guilty for that, but we all know that we would too. So, much love, everybody. Thank you to the 5 people watching. You rule, man. You rock. You made my damn day, my night, my morning, whatever. Yeah, I appreciate it. I do got a new song coming out. It's called Look Both Ways. Points out the hypocrisy in the American government. I could quote some lyrics real quick. It only takes me a minute to contemplate crossing the road. Because if there ain't nothing in it, well, I know I can go. But when I got across to the other side, I didn't go left and I didn't go right. I went straight. And it don't take 3 months of a debate that's fueled by hate to find out who's more fake. And those men up on Capitol Hill, you know them, the rich men north of Richmond. They make all the laws and they write all the bills. And they will send their henchmen with badges, guns, and dogs. But we will abide by our laws. But we're going to shoot our guns, and we're going to ride our hogs. That's Harley Davidson, in case you didn't know. Because it ain't so much living's cost. It's all that we've had and all that we've lost. So here in the country, we live our life. Try not to have all that strife. Because the trees will grow and the wind will blow. Every single star up in the sky will glow. And our souls don't need a compass because they know which way to go. Because we're old souls living in a new age. But we still live in days of old. That's America, the country I was born in. The one Bruce Springsteen taught me about back in the day. Where wrong wasn't left fighting the right. Because that feels corroded, cracked, and fading away. That's how I see the USA today. But the state she's in skews my view on the good old American way. So if anybody comes around here trying to save or sell us their gold, well, there is no need. They've already been told. You might not believe me, You might think I'm wrong. You might even say I'm being unkind. My suggestion is to re-listen to this song. This time, please open your heart and have an open mind. That's my song. Much love, y'all. Go to bed. What are y'all doing? It's almost 4:20. You got 4 minutes. Pick it, pack it, fire it up, come along, take a hit from the bone. Yeah. You guys are up. You guys are all right.